Every 40 seconds, a parent is faced with gut-wrenching news. Their child is missing.
What was supposed to be a pleasant day out, for some, turns to a nightmare.
One minor distraction, one small slip-up, and everything spirals into an emergency in just seconds.
Which all could have been avoided with one simple bracelet. Hi, I'm Ruvain, CEO of Trace.
Shimshi, CSO.
Ellie, Head of Design.
Ellie, CAO.
Mishalem, COO.
Moshe, CMO.
Nowadays, life can be daunting, especially with some little ones in tow. It's hard enough to balance work and home life without worrying about whether your 5-year-old is safe with the sitter. According to the Pew Research Center, 59% of low-income parents worry about their child being kidnapped, half of those being extremely worried. They also showed that 57% fear their child being hurt or attacked. And they're not wrong. The Child Watch of North America reports that an estimated 2,000 children are reported missing each day. This fear goes beyond than just parents. The children feel it too. A Roper survey conducted found that 76% of children reported fear of being kidnapped as their #1 concern. We need to go back to the time when we felt safe, letting our little ones play in the yard or go over to a friend's house. Trace is here to solve these problems. We've combined GPS tracking, a panic button, and customizable geofence perimeters into one simple yet effective tracelet to ease the burden on parents and maximize protection for their little ones. Whether your child got lost in a crowd and hit that button, or even worse, kidnapped, you can instantly locate your child and assist them immediately. Our geofence allows you to set an area where if your kid leaves the preset parameters, you'll instantly receive a notification, ensuring your ability to locate them with no delay. By empowering parents with necessary safety tools, Trace provides a way for them to keep their children safe without needing to constantly check up on them.
Our Tracelet provides a social service, giving children a safer and better outdoors experience. It allows them to be outside with less worry to the parent, giving them more time to appreciate and benefit from the environment. This aligns with one of our corporate social responsibility goals of preserving the environment. Research shows that 87% of people who regularly spend time outside as a child highly value nature and the environment.
Trace is proud to announce that it already accomplished its first goal, breaking even almost a month earlier than expected, far exceeding our sales expectations. Our current short-term goal is to transition from a single purchase product to a combined purchase and subscription model in order to ensure cash flow and long-term functionality by the end of April 2024. We'll do this by enhancing our website and updating our buy buttons to include subscription charges.
Some of Trace's mid to long-term goals include utilizing our current technology to expand to a range of pet-friendly products by January 2024. Trace also plans to increase brand awareness and name recognition through platforms such as Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, building a combined following of over 100,000 users by April 2028. We will achieve this by continuing to post on our social media, as well as partner with family-oriented influencers through our influencer sponsorship program.
Founded in September 2023, Trace is a C Corp that operates out of Yeshiva Gedolah of Waterbury in Durham, Connecticut. We decided that a C Corporation would be the most suitable for our company since we plan to raise capital through investors. And a C Corp is the most attractive for investors due to there being no passive taxation on shareholders.
Trace's mission is to use the ever-growing field of technology to empower parents across the world to ensure the safety of their loved ones, our future.
Trace operates under a functional organizational structure, encouraging collaboration and open communication between the team's 5 departments: marketing, sales, finance, HR, and technology.
We understand that our greatest strengths are the affordability of our product, combined with our unique services. Another strong point for Trace is our team's commitment to our goal of providing safety for all, as evidenced by us standing before you today. An apparent lack of diversity has been identified as a potential weakness in our company. We combat this by polling a broad spectrum of communities and groups, absorbing their feedback, as well as learning from input on our social media.
Trace has taken advantage of trade show opportunities and will continue to do so, generating large amounts of income and driving awareness and interest. We anticipate future supply chain delays and combat this by establishing connections with U.S. manufacturers, temporarily lowering our profit margins, but ultimately ensuring the continuation of sales.
Trace is not the first company in the smart tracking safety market. However, we do have advantages over all existing competitors. Companies like Apple, Notify, and Invisware do have functional products. But these products all have their drawbacks. namely their high cost, delicate nature, or extremely short range. The Tracelet addresses all of these. We have created a comfortable, easy to slip on, adjustable bracelet with near infinite GPS range, all while keeping it fully waterproof.
The real GDP of the U.S. exceeded expectations, growing by 3.3% in the fourth quarter of 2023. In addition, the economy in 2023 added 2.7 million jobs. The 2022 Smart Tracker market was valued at $44.5 billion and is projected to rise over $160 billion by 2030. The unemployment rate in February of this year was 3.9%, markedly lower than the long-time average of 5.7%. As consumers continue to rely on technology more and more for their safety, we see Trace becoming a large force in the tracking sector.
Trace's primary target market is parents of children ages 1 to 11. These parents are mostly millennials and command over $275 billion in spending power, and like all good parents, are concerned for their child's safety. Additionally, Trace targets our secondary market. This includes middle school through college students aged 12 to 21, such as our fellow VE students who want that feeling of safety that our product can provide them or family under their care.
In an effort to fully understand our target market, we have created a buyer persona. Meet Haley. Haley is 30 years old and lives in the U.S. She's a suburban mom of 2 very high-energy children. Between her children's amazing gifts of never-ending energy and the constant hustle and bustle of life, Haley is constantly worrying about her children's safety. She finds it very difficult to keep track of those little bundles of energy, which is why our product is perfect for her.
Trace offers parents peace of mind knowing that their child is safe with our product, the Tracelet. The Tracelet is a deceivingly simple-looking bracelet that combines GPS tracking, geofences, and a panic button, all included in our app. These features come together to help our customers ensure the safety of their loved ones.
In order to better demonstrate the functionalities of our product, I'd like to take a step forward and show you our prototype app, as well as our prototype dev board. The panic button feature that we mentioned can be activated, creating an alarm and a sign in case you can't see it.
Our product comes in a variety of colors, ranging from bright pink to matte black, fit for all ages and genders. Our prices start at $39.99, go down to $32.99 as you scale your order. Trace generates sales from its website, open houses, and VE trade shows. Trade shows make up approximately 20% of our total revenue. The other 80% is brought in through our website and open house sales.
Trace focuses its marketing efforts on platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, which have over 80 million users in our target market. On these platforms, we post class updates and chat with our followers, fostering a warm and friendly online community. With our reasonable pricing and creative use of state-of-the-art technology, Trace has positioned itself as the best option for providing safety to all people, regardless of their social or economic standing. When a customer buys a Tracelet, they aren't just purchasing a top-of-the-line safety device, but that feeling of security and peace of mind that comes with it, something priceless.
In order to give back to the community and fight for children's safety on 2 fronts, Trace donates $1 for every bracelet sold to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, as well as posting constant safety tips and reminders on our social media.
When we first formulated the idea for the Tracelet, we soon became aware of the various risks that may come along with it, the most pressing of which is unethical use of our products, such as non-consensual tracking. Although Trace cannot control the general use of its products, it can try and prevent people from using it improperly by inscribing a warning on the inside of the bracelet that only the person wearing it can see, and designing our product with a 1-week battery life. We have made our product an unlikely option for any non-consensual tracking, while keeping the battery life long enough that our real customers who can recharge the device remain satisfied.
Let's talk finance. Trace obtained $50,000 in seed money from VE and $100,000 from outside investors in exchange for 30% of our common stock. With a profit margin of 72%, Trace broke even in mid-February with just over 8,200 units sold and over $300,000 in revenue. Our P&L statement projects Trace ending the year with over $550,000 in revenue and under $250,000 in operating expenses, with around $130,000 in owner's equity after corporate tax. As is evident in our balance sheet, Trace is in a strong financial position with over $300,000 in assets and under $100,000 in liabilities, leaving us with more than $200,000 in owner's equity. Given the information presented above and a massive market of over 50 million U.S. children, Trace is confident in its ability to grow and keep all of our children safe, sound, and found. Thank you. We are now open for questions.
Excellent job. One thing I wanted to ask is just what types of regulatory requirements and standards are needed for these types of devices for children?
To clarify the question, you're speaking in terms of the safety for the child, the use of the child, or in terms of the software?
Right. In terms of just, is there anything that you need to do to go through as far as the safety of the children, is there anything that you need to, any sort of process that you need to go through prior to putting this in the market?
Thank you. Yes, we do have to ensure that as we're marketing to be used for children that are under the age of 11, we need to ensure that there are no choking hazards. We've done this by encasing the product in one silicone band, so there are no small pieces for them to choke on, as well as gaining approval for different skin abrasions. So again, the silicone accomplishes that.
I think just to expand on that, I have another question, but yeah, anything around the data of let's say with the tracking that's happening, it's, essentially you're putting a tracker on the child. How are you guys managing that for the parents, or how it's being stored so that way people can't accidentally track someone else's kid, right?
Yes, thank you. We store in the app when you download the phone, that information is going to be on your phone. All the information that the company gets is end-to-end encrypted. We can't see that information. We don't have access to that information. Your device is going to connect to the bracelet on a one-time basis to initiate the connection. Once that is done, the bracelet will not pair with a different parent device, nor will any other device be able to see it.
Okay, thank you. And then my other question was, so I saw you talked about the break-even, and you mentioned about offering a subscription program. Maybe you could expand a little bit more about kind of what the revenue model is for that, kind of the choice around the subscription program, what brought you there, and then also, lastly, just how do you expect that to impact financials going forward from here?
So we will be charging between $5 and $10 a month for our subscription, and it will be charged monthly, obviously. And we like to say that for the same price of your Spotify plan, you can now ensure the safety of your child.
To sum that up, the cellular connection to the device, as well as the connection to the global navigation satellite system, will be covered with the cost in that subscription, as well as app maintenance and some additional revenue.
Do you have a breakdown of how much of your revenue do you expect to be from sales of bracelet versus how much to be from subscriptions? And then that's it for me.
So we have not yet implemented the subscription service. That is our goal for the end of this month. Once we do initiate that, our customers who previously purchased from us about 80 to 100 units will be notified that if they would like to continue using our bracelet, they will now be charged that subscription purchase. Since our bracelet is built to last, we don't have the exact numbers on the one-time purchase versus the subscription model, but we do expect that over time, the subscription costs will far outweigh it.
Well done, team. And congratulations for getting to this point. Inflation has been a hot topic over the past 24 months or so. How has inflation impacted your business, both from a cost of goods sold side and from a potential revenue perspective?
Thank you. So in terms of the first part of that question affected us. Since we started more recently, we took that inflation into account when we began researching the costs of our products. That being said, consumers do have smaller spending limits, and therefore we've done research when founding our company and found that the tech industry, even over the COVID pandemic, when many other companies fell a lot, that tech industry is what kept the economy afloat. And even when customers don't have the money to be buying other products, safety devices and electronics are still there. In terms of going forward, our subscription model is what enables us to hedge against inflation. If it becomes necessary, we can raise our prices for the subscription.
Wow, this is impressive. It feels like you guys have thought of everything. I really love it. Well done. Could you talk a little bit more about the competitive analysis that you did?
Sure, thank you. So we showed all the other companies that we are competing against, and one major company that comes up is Apple and their AirTag. What separates us major from Apple is first our discreetness, that if you were to want to track your kid with an Apple, and we always think that if someone would to, God forbid, abduct your child, the first thing they would do is look for any of these products, a phone, an AirTag, a watch. So we try to specialize in our discreetness so that we assume that the kidnapper would not touch the bracelet.
In addition, Apple is currently being sued with a nationwide class action lawsuit due to their AirTags being used for stalking purposes. What separates us from our competitors is we notify our potential customers and wearers on the inside of the bracelet that it is a tracking device. So when found, it can be used for that. And our battery life mitigates long-term stalking.
To add on to that and speak about our other competitors, there is Notifind, which, to clarify what it is a sticker company or a keychain company that you add either onto your wallet or maybe a laptop, and it then will track devices. It is not made for tracking people or children in any way, and it will not really help with safety of those devices. Invisiwear is a tracking jewelry company. It is most similar to our product, but one, they only target women as it is necklaces, and two, they are very expensive. Their cheapest item goes for $150 starting price.
And to add on to that, Notifind has a range of only 50 miles, while ours can get from everywhere.
Right. That's very impressive. Okay, nicely done, guys.
Thank you.